When I think of the word peace, I immediately think of the hymn, "It Is Well With My Soul." To me, that song has always brought my heart peace. I remember when I first heard about the author of this song and the events that inspired it, it was a bit of a shock. Horatio G. Spafford was a successful lawyer and businessman in Chicago with a family, a wife, Anna, and 5 children. However, they were not strangers to tragedy. Their young son died with pneumonia in 1871, and in that same year, much of their business was lost in the Great Chicago Fire. On November 21, 1873, a French ocean liner was crossing the Atlantic from the U.S. to Europe with 313 passengers on board. Among the passengers were Mrs. Spafford and their 4 daughters. Although Mr. Spafford had planned to go with his family, he found it necessary to stay in Chicago and help solve an unexpected business problem. He told his wife he would join her and their children in Europe a few days later. His plan was to take another ship. About 4 days into the crossing of the Atlantic, the ship collided with a powerful iron-hulled Scottish ship, and within about 12 minutes, it sank, along with all of its passengers. A sailor, rowing a small boat over the spot where the ship went down, spotted a woman floating on a piece of the wreckage. It was Anna, still alive. He pulled her into the boat, and they were picked up by another large vessel, which 9 days later landed them in Wales. From there, she wired her husband a message which began, "Saved alone, what shall I do?" Mr. Spafford later framed that telegram and placed it in his office. Another of the ship's survivors, Pastor Weiss, later recalled Anna saying, "God gave me 4 daughters, now they have been taken from me. Someday I will understand why." Mr. Spafford booked passage on the next available ship and left, joining his grieving wife. With the ship about 4 days out, the captain called Spafford to his cabin and told him they were now over the place where his children went down. According to Bertha Spafford Vester, a daughter born after the tragedy, Spafford wrote, "It is well with my soul," while he was over the place where his children had died. "When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul." Anna gave birth to 3 more children, one of which died at the age of 4 with the dreaded pneumonia. In August of 1881, the Spaffords moved to Jerusalem. Mr. Spafford died and is buried in that city. I've come to realize over the years that peace doesn't come from who we are, or what we own, or even the people we love. Peace comes from knowing who God is. Philippians 4:7 reads, "Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus."